In this video, we'll see about service standard deployment. So, SSB and service standard deployment. Like SSB is a subset of what is known as service standard deployment. So, SSB can be downloaded as a standalone build tool, but downloading the SSD, that is service standard deployment, will incorporate all the elements of SSB with some additional artifacts to help with deployment. I don't know, like some are like SSF, that is service standard framework, SST, SSP, and all, like service standard performance and all. Configuration and use of large SST and these other components is available on campus. And like we need to install it, or like we need to download it, then unzip it and configure the things. So SSB tool should be configured directly after installing IAQ in first deployment environment for a project. So SSB is a set of artifact developed by a SailPoint service team to support the build process for IAQ deployments. So it follows ANT approach for building and all. So basically, SSB is for building process. Like whenever we do some changes on monthly basis or weekly basis, we do it on lower environment, and like we will usually we will have multiple environments. Like then once we do it on lower environment, then after testing, unit testing, like developers unit testing, then we will push it to the next environment for testing purpose. For that, all this process we need to have one repository, and we need to store all the files, like all the required objects and all. Then for that we need to have some structure, like we need to have some framework like SSP. So what we do is like we push all the required files or change it file into SSB. Then we trigger the build. Build will give a var file and also a init custom file. So that custom file we import it to the IAQ, means the productions. So for all the environment, like we can have multiple environments and multiple deployments based on the requirement. So we will see the structure of SSB today. Then we'll see how build happens in the future videos. So once we download SSD, the complete package from SailPoint Campus, we get the zip file. We need to unzip it, and the folder structure looks like this. Means in this video, I'll just go through the folder structure and important files and folders included in this. So it contains some files like base, source, src, config, and all. So there are some important folders which need to be configured. Like base, we have efix, GA, and patch, and all the efixes which will be imported or installed, and the patch installed are placed in the respective folders. Here efix, here the package which you are, the version which you are using, and the patch version you can place it there. Then we have config. Config I will come later, like which contains all the folders, like all the object folders will be included in the config folder. Then we have DB, so contains like customization database scripts. Like this is my local host one, so I don't have much files, but this is the structure basically which is available or provided by SailPoint itself. And like also we have library folder, scripts folder. So scripts library which contains the use it for build process and all. Then comes source file. Source file contains all the custom Java files. Like there might be a requirement, like means the SSD itself provides some frameworks which can be included in the IIQ. Like if you want to trigger email approvals or approval framework, you have to build the approval framework. Or let's say if you want to customize anything from the UI in the certificate, like when you trigger certification, you want to show some columns, and for that you need to customize it. Those customization file, Java file, you can place it on this folder, like SailPoint services. Like you can place it in these folders. So once the build is triggered, it will create IdentityIQ customization customer.jar file. So those files be available under bin folder. So that we need to import it to, or that we need to place it in our installation path. So we have to trigger the build. Build will create a jar file. Jar file we need to place it in installation library path, whichever the environment it is. So that when IAQ will launch, that application will use a jar file. And it contains a web file like UI scripts and all. If you want to change or if you want to add images, every project has its own images. Like default, if you don't want to use default images which is provided by SailPoint, and if you want to use the project specific or company specific images, or if you want to change UI and all, we can use web folder. Like we have CSS and UI. We can add it here. And obviously there changes required based on the requirement. We need to add these things. Then we have some set of files here. Okay, so like property files. We have ignore property file, IAQ property file, target property files, and we can also have include property files as well. So every property file starts with environment. You can see environment and the file name, that is ignore, and the property file, the type of the file. So there are 3-4 types, that is, as I mentioned, ignore, IAQ, target. So IAQ property file, the environment specific IAQ properties like database, plugins and installation configuration, you need to add it in IAQ property file. Target and ignore. So whenever you are building the environment things, so if you want to ignore any files, like if you want to ignore some application to be like you don't want to include it in the build, so that you can use ignore file properties. So ignore file property, like you can add the path of a config folder, then like you can add files like custom, application and application name, so that it will be excluded from the build. So again, this is for environment specific. What happens here is, like, we have server property files. Localhost is sandbox, SailPoint app, prod, dev and test. So all the property file starts with the environment, dev, prod, a sandbox. You can have other environment as well. Based on the environment provided in the server property files, you can create the properties file like ignore, IAQ and target, and include as well. So based on that, build will happen. And target property files, like we will be having servers, and and it needs to be tokenized. So like you have an Active Directory application, and which has a server based on, or which the server changes based on environment. Like one will have a test domain, another will have a normal prod domain. All the environment has its own servers and the file paths or whatever it is. So if you want to import any application, and it need to be environment specific. So you can't import a prod file into lower environment and lower environment file into prod. For that purpose, IAQ provides these property files, so that in the target property file you can create a key, and that key you need to add it in the application itself. So what I'm saying is, here you can see Exchange server. This Exchange server you need to add it in application file, application like whatever. Let's say you have created an Active Directory application file. In the application, you need to instead of Exchange server, you need to add Exchange. Like you need to create the key. Key can be anything. You have to create the key, and it need to be included, like the percentage, double percentage and all. So you can see here the target is sandbox, DB type, SQL server, and all for all the application. For anything, like if any value is environment specific, we need to or we can create a key in the target property files. Then we can give the value for each environment. Like each environment has its own value. So here you can see for AX connector, Unix host, and the server is server 3. In the dev environment, you can give server 3 means it's just an example. In the prod, you can give a prod server 3, something like that. So every environment has its own values, right? So let's say for the email or for the links, you are using a lower environment versions URL. You can provide those URLs, and again for production, you can give production URLs for email templates and all. So this is how we create property files, and these property files, like I will show you what can be done in the config files. We have all, like most of the objects here. Like you can create own object file. Like application is an object. We have like SailPoint itself provides an application folder. Each object has its own folder, like application, rule, and identity is not required. Workflow, you can create a workgroup folder as well. Here custom, but these are the objects. So you can see application, let's say LDAP. And this is an LDAP application. You can see here password. You can tokenize the password because every environment has its own password. So what we have to do is we have to add it like LDAP password. You can create like this. So the password will be replaced during the build, and same goes for server as well. So server and if you want, you can user also you can tokenize, and all the things which are environment specific you can tokenize. And each object has its own folder, like you can see rule, and it's not specific, like tokenization is not specific to application. All the objects or all the files you can tokenize. Anything as such, like there is no specific thing like for application or rule. We can tokenize any values or any key in IAQ, and you have to place it in target property files, and for each environment you need to add the value, specific or respective value for it. Same for so goes for ignore and include as well. And for triggering build, for Windows we have build.bat, for Unix we have build.sh, and there is a build property file as well, which contains server details, database details, JDK version detail, version like IAQ version, application version details, and more. So you can update. This is again, you can have a constant value for all the environment. Then comes to a config folder. As I mentioned, it contains SSF folders like frameworks, tools, and all. So it's a frameworks like SailPoint team itself provides some folders. Like if you want to incorporate or configure approval framework or email triggering for approval, also you can follow email approach and role assignment, provisioning process. These are the folders provided by IIQ itself. Like for approvals, they will be providing how to configure, and sample examples like workflows, rules also will be provided here. If you want to have SSF framework like for approval, you can use those approval framework using provided folders, and you can customize as per your requirement. Like all the object which is changed, you can place it in a respective folder. Let's say you are if you want to onboard some application, add it in application folder. If you want to create a bundle, you can use or if you want to create a role, you can use a bundle folder. Let's say if you want to add a form, like for each object we have a separate folder. Object config has some like application, identity, link, manage, attribute, and target. We have a UI config as well, and configuration is a separate, like system configuration, you can have it here. So what are the things which is available on IIQ, like the provided by a SailPoint, you can have it here, and the customized one also you can place it here. And if you want to get all the files from IIQ, you can use a console, you can use the export commands. The SSD folder also contain export folder, export commands. So you can use that export command. Using that, you can get all the XMLs provided by SailPoint. Then you can place it in required objects. Then there is a Perl script like available in Compass itself. You can use that Perl script to split the object. So how you get it? Like once you get the file, right? I see. Yeah. Export clean it, which will clear all the ID created modified. Export it to activity data source exported. Like all the application will be in or placed into a single exported XML file. And using that Perl split command, we can split all the application. Like if you have of 10 application will be placed into one XML file. That split Perl command will split into a separate files. And same goes for all. So export, like export command used to export complete object into a single file. And if you want to export, you can use checkout command to check out single files if you want to. But export command is an easy way, so that using export command you will export everything. Then using split Perl command, you can split into a multiple folders and respect to object. So there is a high level introduction on SSD, and we'll see how we can run the build or how we can trigger the build in coming videos. Thank you.